Hello, everybody. Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3. We'll see who pops on here. See who pops on here. Something just popped on. Don't know who it is. We'll see who. But lots to talk about. Hi, Stephanie. How's it going? Hey, Susan. How are you? It's going to be a fast hour, I think. Lots to talk about. Yeah. I'm extremely well. My life is wonderful. Yep. Yep. Good. Yep. Good, Sue. Good. Yep. I've worked hard to get to this place where I'm so happy. You know? Right? Yep. Yeah. Things are good. I'm not happy about fall coming, but, you know, can't do anything about that. Hopefully you won't have to worry about it pretty soon. Hopefully we'll be gone. Well, really sweating today. Went out with my son for like 45 minutes and now I'm sweating. Went out to the pool. Hey Otis, how's it going? Susan, which place? The place that we're moving to or the place of being okay? Or both? No, things are really good. Things are really good. Oh, being happy. Well, depends on what you're doing to get there, right? Right? I know you're working on it. Do those I'm telling you, do those Steve Noble meditations, and they will allow you to let stuff go. They're magical. Yes, they are. Yep. Yep. It's all about that, right? It's all about being on a schedule, keeping yourself in that place. Yeah, you know. Hi, Adrian. How are you? Yep. It is. It's gonna be easier. It's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be easier. But as we get, you know, closer to the fourth dimension, things will. Everybody will become lighter. You know. I have a new book that I'm reading, and which I'm not a reader at all. I don't think I've read a book since probably 9th grade. That was what, 43 years ago? 45 years ago? Something like that. Yeah, probably 45 years ago. Had to hear those chimes? Exactly. Oh yeah, they're going. They always are during Coaching with the Soul, right? Hey Kyle, how's it going? Yep, Adrian, that's all I can do. Ride those waves, baby. Hey Vic, how are you? Getting closer and closer to retirement, huh? Yes. Yes. Yep. Hi Pamela, how are you? I'm glad you're okay, Kyle. I haven't seen you on Facebook or anything a lot. Veronica. Yeah, Kyle and I are Facebook friends. I don't know if he knows what I do for a living. If he knows I'm a clairvoyant and all that other stuff. He's my Facebook friend originally from just my Bill Hobart thing. And I have my Labor Day tank top on. probably gonna be the last weekend I'm gonna be able to wear a tank top. Next week the sales gonna be like 50 degrees, 40, 50 or 60 degrees. I will not be in a tank top starting next week. So yeah. So okay, he wants me to start. It's 3:06. Okay, so I don't know if anybody saw my post this morning the Spirit gave to me, which he told me to just be. Bill, just be, right? I woke up this morning, didn't get out of sleep last night. Bailey had a really bad night. So he sneezed and he has really bad allergies and his teeth are really bad and it's all infection inside of his snout and stuff, inside of his sinuses. So he sneezed probably all night long. He went potty 3 times, woke me up out of trying to sleep, right? So he didn't have a good night, which means Daddy didn't have a good night. So I woke up this morning and I was, I didn't really sleep, so I got out of bed, I should say, this morning, and I was feeling really, really crappy. I mean, just like, oh my God, I just feel like yuck. And I was posting things on Facebook, and Spirit said, Bill, just be, Bill, just be. I'm like, oh, okay. And when he said that to me, it totally made sense, right? Stop. Just stop, Bill. Just stop. Because I'm thinking, okay, why don't I feel it? Why don't I feel well? I didn't feel well last Saturday, and I felt kind of the same way. And like, okay, what is this? And I'm trying to figure it out because I'm a Capricorn, right? And Bill, just stop. Bill, just stop. I'm like, okay. So that's what I did. Bingo. Fabulous. Okay. And then we went into, hello, Heidi. How's your son? Heidi's son got into a car accident this week. Yeah. So, hi, Ruth. And that kind of led into other things because again, I'm reading this book, right? It's called Telos. It's the story of the Lemurians. The first book challenged. Sorry. He's interrupting me. The first book, I think it was 2007 or 1997. It was channeled to this woman, right? And she wrote 3 books total. And I started reading the book last week, Primo, and it all just kind of makes sense. It all just kind of, hi Amanda, he's home now, Heidi, that's wonderful. So I'm reading this book and it's all about being, right? It's all about just being. And it all resonates with me because, it's about clairvoyant and, all this other stuff that I know about the Lemurians. Hi, Kathy. And so when Spirit says just be, I totally understand that, okay? And before I would not have. And now when he speaks to me, I do it again. It just automatically, kind of like when I do a Steve Noble meditation. As soon as I hear Steve's voice, I'm in meditation, just like completely up there, right? So with the just being part, we had a conversation about humans, right? And what do I need to do to facilitate helping people, okay? And then he says, you're doing exactly what you need to do, but you'll only be doing it for a short time longer. Like, oh, okay. Because as probably most of you know, the final destination is Kihei, Maui, okay? Where I will buy a house, I already know the address, I know exactly where it's at, and I will channel books for the Lemurians. And then I will travel the world in 22 and 23 and 24 and 25, I think. 23 and 25, Spirit says. And talk about these books, because by then people will be more and more aware of who the Lemurians were. Hi, Kathy. So I know that I know that the final destination is Kihei, right? And I totally get that. Okay, so again, part of the being part is taking care of self, taking care of you. Okay, understanding that there is. I know. He says, human needs to focus back on themselves. They need to look at themselves and find out who they are. They need to look at themselves, and again, that's what the COVID close down was in spring, right? Is to strip people of all their routine, strip people of all their stuff, right? So that they didn't have any choice but to look at themselves, look at their kids, look at their husband or wife, their family, and go, okay, how am I going to deal with this? And you better, right? But when the next one happens, because you know that we're going to shut down again with COVID. It's going to be bad. Spirit tells me it's going to be 10% worse this winter than last spring. Okay, this winter and spring are going to be bad. So people are going to have another chance to. I know. He says they're not going to have a choice, but to look at themselves and understand that they have to look through their stuff, and they have to go, well, that doesn't make sense. I need to let that go. Look for ways of letting things go. Steve Noble Meditations is one. Talk therapy is number two, right? And again, talking out loud to your spirit guides, guardian angels. I mean, I posted something this past week on Tut. I think it was Tut, where from Tut that said something about, you know, oh, I know, like some. I know. I just get. Okay, that energy that I just received was about talking out loud. Okay, and I got this. Again, I get those not really horoscopes, but the messages from Tut Monday through Friday, and they're fantastic. The last week or two, they've been spot on with me, and I have posted them on Facebook because they are so for that day, right? And when I received that message, I believe it was this week, Tuesday, I think so, and it said, it's all about talking out loud for things to manifest, okay? Talking out loud for what you want, they manifest, all right? Abundance, manifest. Again, talk out loud. I know. He says, because we hear you every time that you speak out loud. The bad part is when you speak negative about yourself. That reinforces, hi Laura, that reinforces ego's control of you. And yesterday I posted something, hey Ryan, yesterday I posted something about, and Spirit wants me to look it up, sorry guys, and I normally don't do this, but he says that I need to, because I need to point this out. So let me go on here, let me go on here. I'm sorry guys, but he says that I need to. And we're going to talk about that too. I know now why he wanted me to do this. Boom, 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 boom. It is, come on, where's it at? Ego never tells you the truth. Ego never tells you the truth. Hey, Adam. Yes, Adam, they do. You cannot do any type of drugs. You cannot do any alcohol. It interferes with your clairvoyancy, your mediumship, everything. Hello, Pamela. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, Adam, you can't do anything like that. Trust me, man, I'm 60. I had to stop drinking, had to stop doing that. Not that I did a lot of that, but I did a little bit, and it doesn't work at all. It completely F's you up. Hello, Molly Beeman. Bittler. Yes, so ego never tells you the truth, you guys, and we talked about that before. Okay, as we move forward, as we start to know ourselves better, as we continue to let things go, right, and making sure that we do not talk negative about ourselves. When Spirit said back this week of because I was talking to him about the Tut post, and he says what is so frustrating for us is humans still talks negative about themselves. They still look in the mirror and they go, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, my nose isn't straight, I wish I had different eyes, my hair's not the right color. I wish I had it cut a certain way. My face is to all the negative things, and they think the stupidest things about themselves. Trust me, been there, done that. Doesn't serve us at all. Had I known that, right? And what's interesting is about this Telos book that I'm reading about the Lemurians, it talks exactly about that. How humans live in the deep 3D, right? They're in this they're in this compact space, which is very dense. Okay? And it doesn't allow themselves to be free. It doesn't allow themselves to think good things about themselves. It doesn't allow themselves to release the heaviness unless you command it, Spirit says. That's fabulous, Spirit. That's exactly it. You have to command it. Spirit, I need you to help me with this. Spirit, I need you to help me. I need to lose this. I don't want to be this person anymore. Then you got to change behavior. See? That's the hardest part of all, is changing behavior. See? And understanding that that you have to be as conscious as possible, right? And understanding that that it's going to take time, right? Hi, Grace. Spirit, help me get this baby out. Don't worry, Grace is pregnant, ready to have a baby, you guys, and she's ready to have that baby. And don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. You know that. The sooner the better, right? So understanding that it didn't take you a year to get who you are today, good or bad, right? It took me, again, I had this conversation with Spirit, which again, I have these conversations every day, right? Of how grateful I am, how thankful I am, that I never thought I'd be this person. I'm so thankful that I am, that we had a talk and I made a video about it, I believe. Again, I don't remember what I do. That you got to look back and see your accomplishments, right? And then we had another conversation too. But the conversation we had about people and ego and letting things go and me being grateful for who I am and grateful. And he said, and it's exactly his words to me were, well, you allowed it to happen. And buddy, I thought like hell. I was living in the 3D, dense, Capricorn, work, right? Don't allow. Well, didn't get me anywhere after I left my job, right? So it took me just about 4 years, maybe even it's been 6 years, probably 4 years, maybe even 4.5, right? For me to actually go, okay, and the Steve Noble Meditations made it possible for me not to be afraid, because fear is the biggest. It stops everybody from moving forward. It stops everybody from living the life they're supposed to lead, because they're afraid, and that's ego. Ego is attached to fear, like, my God, chicken to a bone. It is. You got to strip away the chicken and throw the bone away. The bone's ego, right? You have to. You have to. Because if you don't do that, what happens is nothing. Nothing. You can work, and have, well, I have like 1, 2, 3 good days, and then I like fall back for 5 or 6. No. Are you doing the meditations? Well, it's really hard for me. I got kids. Okay. Taking care of you, right? During COVID, lockdown, which is coming again, taking care of you is important, right? Understanding, change the way you eat, because the restaurants will be closed. What it's all about. Again, reading in the Telos book, right? That we eat the worst food possible. Hi, Candace, right? Everything we eat is processed. Once it comes out of the ground, it's processed, right? If it's in a can, it's processed. If it's in a box, processed. If it's frozen, processed. See? And it not only keeps us heavy, literally heavy, right? But also doesn't allow us to move forward. Doesn't allow us to pay attention. Okay? Because we have those needs inside of ourselves that we're not quenching. that we're not addressing, that we're not looking at and going, okay, I'm so afraid of spending money, I can't have fun. Well, that's not the way to live. Okay? That's unless you don't have any money and you're in survival mode, they understand that. But ask for more, Spirit says. Ask for more. See? And that's what it's all about, is asking, right? And we talk about this almost every week. And it only has a different bookend, Spirit says. Different theme, same theme in the middle, but different bookends on the ends. See? Of how to get people there, how to get people to understand, how to get people to take that one more step, right? Right? Either you spend all your money and on stuff, which doesn't matter, right? And are still not fulfilled, or you don't spend any money because you're afraid of not having any, or you give it to other people because you're the daddy or you're the mommy, okay? And that has to do with children and our jobs and our family, okay? You have to understand that if you allow your family to treat you like Billy, in my case, okay, or your children treat you like daddy or mommy, that's your fault. That means that's still the way they look at you, like they were 5. Hi, Gina. Right? They need to look at you as dad or mom, right? And those are my children. Those my brothers and sisters. That's my mom and dad. Whatever, right? But as long as you caretake people at work, people at your kids, hey, Catherine, right? People in your life, friends, family, things like that, no. And you go without because, well, it makes me feel good to do it. Well, that's ego. That's 100% ego. 100% ego. Because ego does not want you to look at yourself. Because then it can't control you. If you're doing for other people all the time, right? No matter what it is, right? You're working all the time, right? You're working, like myself, working 60 hours a week before. Yeah. I did that because I wanted to be the best. I needed to be up here because I didn't know really who I was. Well, guess what? Now I do. I know exactly who I am. See? But a lot of people are workaholics. A lot of people don't focus on themselves because they've been taught not to. So they give, and they're an octopus. What happens is you get to be 80 years old, and you go, gosh, you know what? I think I should have done more traveling. I think I should have done more of this. I think I should have done more of that. I think I should have done more of this. I think I should have done more of that. And your children or family says, but we really appreciate what you did for us, Grandpa or Dad or brother or mom or sister, right? It's not the point. The point is you taking care of you. Filling that water pitcher inside your chest, right? It needs to be filled with emotion. And that's water. If you're not filling your own pitcher, right? You don't love yourself. You don't even like yourself. And if you're working all the time and giving all your stuff away, your time, your energy, your money, been there, done that, then your ego is keeping you entrapped, Spirit says, in focusing on other people so that you don't look at yourself in the mirror. See? That's tough. But that's what COVID's all about, right? COVID is stripping us of the routine, stripping us of our roles, especially when lockdown comes again. Okay? No. It's not survival mode. It's getting to know myself mode. It's getting me to understand myself. It's getting me to understand my children and my spouse, my husband or my wife. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. See? And understanding that that's what it's for. Because you can save all kinds of money, but you got to buy groceries. You got to start to cook. Got to get out the recipe books. Trust me, it is not easy for most people, including myself. Yeah. But I've learned from the last lockdown, yeah, you know, Lee and I are changing the way that we eat because we're moving out of the third dimension. We have to eat more natural foods. What we're doing, more fruits, more vegetables, right? I'm not a vegetable guy, right? More fish. I don't really care for fish. Less less mammal protein. Yes, that's chicken. See, I'm guided by that because it's heavy. Do I still like it? I still do. But I'm willing, again, one step at a time, right? Times. Because I've been told, I've been guided that by the time we get to Kihei Maui, I will pretty much be a vegetarian, which I find interesting. But yeah, fruits, vegetables, everything will be there. Yeah, see? So again, getting me ready for the fourth dimension, getting me ready to channel for the Lemurians of 12,000 years ago and channel books for them. Say now, when I say that, I'm amazed that I can say that because I never thought I'd be an author or an author that's known around the world, right? But that's where the conversation with Spirit came from last week about looking backwards and seeing all my accomplishments and doing what I did with my life, which is looking back and going, wow, I should be proud of that. Be proud of that too. Proud of that too. See? Oh, and I did make a video, I believe it's on YouTube, and I think I posted it on Facebook too, about looking backwards, looking at, and talking about your accomplishments. And when and Spirit and I were talking about it, he said, well, why wouldn't you be an author? I'm thinking, I never thought that I would even be, you know. Well, Bill, isn't it amazing that how many transformations you've had in your life? Which is true. Same. I've always been, even though I'm that Capricorn zodiac sign, right? That heavy soul, knowing it all, voice in my head, all those kinds of things, that I now know how long I've been on the earth. It's way longer than 4,000 years. See? But that comes from being open and being understanding and getting to know who you are. That's what it's all about. Okay? And looking at yourself. How many people can look in the mirror and go, yeah, today I'm pretty good. Pretty good. I can now do that. I could never do that before. I would always find fault. With my crooked nose and my eyebrows are kind of crooked and I have a lot of gray hair and it's kind of gray and, again, it's kind of gray and dark brown. And should I dye it? Should I not? Should I get rid of the goatee? Should I get rid of all of it, right? No, I'm good. I've learned that, right? I had to learn how to understand this is who I'm supposed to be. At 60 years old. I think I'm looking pretty good, right? Thank God for my dad's DNA. See? But it could have been different. It was different for so many years. Where I did not take care of myself. I did not take care of my body. I definitely didn't take care of my body and my soul. My mind, body, soul at all. That's the way that it was. And that's not the way to live in the future. Now's the time to change that thinking. To understand that fourth dimension is going to happen. We're moving into that energy, right? Be conscious. Just be conscious. Conscious of what is going on. Conscious of who you are. Conscious of the baggage that you carry. And also that baggage has physical problems too. You'll get a crink in your neck that won't go away. You will have back problems. You'll have stomach problems where you can't get your stomach to not be upset. Ulcers, right? physical ailments are all because of baggage. I'm telling you. You can go to the doctor, they say there's not a slip disc, there's not anything wrong with your back, we can't understand why your back hurts. Well, if you're carrying two big old huge duffel bags full of frickin' baggage, no. Gotta look at it, sort it out, throw it away, discard it. Same thing with your neck, right? Same thing with your belly, with your stomach. See? It all comes from the steamer trunks full of stuff that we carry throughout our lifetime, and also from past lives. Okay, we always carry something from past lives. So if you're 3,000 years old, guess what? You got a hell of a lot of lifetimes in that 3,000 in your soul journey of 3,000 years, right? It can be all kinds of things, not just what you have had attracted this lifetime, but on top of that, no. Awareness, guys. I'm telling you, awareness. Steve Noble Guided Meditations and Talk Out Loud to Spirit. Let them guide you. Let them move you forward. Let them take that junk away. Okay? So let me see. I know there was some questions here. I don't know where they're at though. Okay. So Susan asked, what will be different about this lockdown? It will be more intense and it will be a longer period of time. Okay? Wear your masks. Wash your freaking hands. Social distance, I'm telling you, it's the one way to not get sick. Don't get in groups. Okay, be aware. In fact, I returned bottles the other day, and there was at the Meijer store, and the entrance to the bottle return is outside. And I went to go in. There was 6 people in bottle return. I stopped. No, too many people. I waited outside. I would have never done that in the past. I had my mask on, everything. No. I'm not going in that. They all had masks on, but I don't know you. I don't know what's on your body, what germs you carry. And they're all right next to each other. Oh, no. I waited till 5 people left. That's what I'm going to do. See? Because I don't know. Nobody knows. Okay? So, hello, Candace. I'm not sure if I said hello to you. Okay, so Adrian asked, when will the lockdown happen? Spirit's telling me right around Halloween. Okay? Right around Halloween. He says between Halloween and Thanksgiving. Okay, when people are back inside. Okay? Because there's a lot of people who think that it's over with, and it's not true. It's not true at all. Okay? Veronica, keep going, breathe, do your work yourself. Yes, Jackie, work on yourself. Work on yourself. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Okay? Adrian, I want to spend my dollars on experiences and not material stuff. Exactly. In fact, I think I might have mentioned this last week, but Lee took 10 bags of clothes from his job. He works in a facility, an old person's facility. He's the head of social work, and he had 10 bags of clothes that were left for people who had passed away, people who had went home and didn't take their stuff and things like that. He waited over an hour. Why? There was 20 cars ahead of him on a Saturday morning. That tells you what's going on. People are cleaning out their stuff because they can't do anything. I'm not willing to go to the mall because I got to wear a mask and there's nothing really there that I want, and I'm good. It's no longer a pastime, right? It's no longer a pastime to go to the mall and be carefree because you can't be. Got to put that mask on. See? So it took him an hour. I'm like, where have you been? It just went down to frickin' down Hall Road. There was 20 cars ahead of me. Yeah, because people are getting rid of their stuff. See? COVID. See? So that's what that's all about. So Amanda, I get just some money to pick up and watch each month. I'm like a baby daddy to my yeah. Don't worry, Amanda. That will shift. That will change. Okay. Laura, am I on the right track to expect to be engaged to my sweetheart soon? He says you're holding that expectation too close to your heart, Laura. Okay? Because you can't expect. Can't expect. Because when you expect, you're living in ego. Okay? Have to allow. Be ready for it. Just like us, me, moving to Kihei, Maui, right? Heard about it 2017, heard about it 2018, thought 2018 was going to be the time. No, I'm still here. Not for long, right? But I had to learn to allow because I was holding that too close to my chest, too close to my heart, expecting. I expect when it's going to happen. I expect what's going to be happening all the time. I was living in ego. Can't do that. Chimes. Because Laura, Spirit says, it'll be right on time. Be right on time. Okay? Okay? Bum, 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 bum. So, Amanda wants to know about the site for getting the map of your astrological history. Well, you can get your birth chart. Hi, Diane Reiki. How are you? You can get your birth chart on Astrolab. A-S-T-R-O-B-A-L-B. I'm sorry. A-S-T-R-O-L-A-B-E. Astrolab. Okay? It's wonderful. Everybody should do it. Everybody should do it. Don't worry, Laura. Just tell him that you're ready. Or tell him, don't worry about that. I'm good. We're going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You know, yeah. But he needs to, Spirit keeps telling me, but he needs to pull, he shows me like a light cord with the bulb on it, one of those old-fashioned chains. He's going to turn, the light bulb's going to go off and say, okay, we got to do it. Okay, so Veronica says, but manifesting, I don't understand what that is, Veronica. So give me something else back. Will it be safe to fly April 21? How about April? I have a trip planned. April 21, it might be safe, but there may not be a lot of air service, okay, because of the shutdown being 6 months long, okay. And our world as the United States of America will be greatly changed next year, okay, for the better, but it will still be dramatic change from who we are today, okay. So Laura, great. All right, Laura, take care of yourself. Thanks for popping on. So Veronica, expectations manifestation. Yes, expectations are tough when it comes to manifesting things. Because when you expect things, that's ego. Okay? Now, I know now about the Kihei Maui thing, right? I get it. I'm a totally different person than I was in 17, 2018, 2019, early 2000, right? So I get it. But when you live in expectation, oh, you too, Diane. I hope you're doing well. God, I haven't seen you in like 6 months, 8 months. That when you live in expectation, it's hard to manifest. It is so hard to manifest because living in expectation, you're grounded, you're solid, and that does not allow you to manifest. Does not allow the energy to flow, right? Even for old dirty Capricorn like myself, right? Big old pile of dirt. I had to learn how to allow. I had to learn how to fluff my dirt up and make it so it wasn't but one big clump of dirt. Okay? And how did I do that? With the meditations. See? I was just guided to do the meditations. See? So it was it easy? Oh, hell no. It was not easy at all. It was not easy at all. Probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. Because retail came easy to me. Management came easy to me. Very easy. Very, very easy to me. See? But this, not easy at all. Yeah. So you have to allow to manifest. Right? Have to allow to manifest. Adrian Spirit just said the trip September 21, yes. And what's interesting is there's a jet going over my house right now You can hear it. It's awfully low. I don't know why it is so close to my house, because they never come over my house. But Adrian, that's for you. As I heard the plane, Spirit says, tell Adrian September 21 chimes and the plane. Okay? Susan, the shutdown was going to be for 6 months. Yes, it's going to be. This was going to be for 6 months. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of a lockdown that's going to happen in 6 months. Okay? Everyone's going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. Okay? The government is going to take care of us the proper way. And so is the universe. Okay? It's all part of changing the course of our country. Okay? I think, like I've said in the past, I'm sure that I have, with us being the largest economic power in the world and the largest, the largest economy, and the largest military, it's going to hit us harder because we kind of control the earth, right? We kind of do. We lead, and so change is always going to be harder for the leader to change. It's going to be harder on the leader to move forward. Okay. Yes, Adrian. I hope to. I believe I will be there on the nice warm ocean water this year. So I'm looking forward to that. So yes. Okay. So it's do we stockpile food now? I would. I'd start getting stuff. If you have a freezer, like a chest freezer, things like that. Yeah. I was going to buy a chest freezer, and Spirit said no. I said, well, what about it? Says no. I'm like, but we need to know. So that's another indication for me that we're not going to pick up a chest freezer and take it with us to Maui. That's not going to happen. So again, I've learned to listen. And sometimes I didn't say anything at all. When I started this transformation into moving to Hawaii, it was just allow. No, just live your everyday life, Bill. Just live your everyday life. Bill, just live. Just live. Well, now I know why. Because I'm still in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Which again, it's been a wonderful summer. Spring sucked, right? With COVID and stuff like that. Summer's been fantastic. Today is beautiful. I mean, if you can get outside in the freaking sunshine and the wind is fabulous, and just sit and just be on the ground, it doesn't matter, in the sun, out of the sun, it doesn't matter, just be. That's what it's all about. Today is one of those days where you just let the wind just clear you, just clean you out. Just sit there and just give thanks, give gratitude for what you have. And gratitude is very important. And Spirit has been pretty much putting this in front of my face for 2 weeks. And the Telos book talks about the gratitude also. Giving thanks for what you have, giving gratitude for what you have. Even if you don't have a lot, at least you have some place, right? There's a lot of people who don't, and I believe that will change beginning in 2021, where I think people saw my post about again, Spirit wants me to this, and I don't usually do this, but he wants me to about I don't know what's that, Spirit. Hang on, guys. I hate to do this, but he wants me to, so I don't see it, Spirit. Anyway, about the here he goes. Poverty exists not because we cannot feed the poor, but because we cannot satisfy the rich. And that's the God's honest truth. It's truth. The richest country in the world, they can't feed poor people? I saw today that they're cooking, that they're in Dallas, in Harris County, I think that's Dallas, They're evicting people out of their houses because they couldn't pay rent because of COVID. What the hell is that about? The way we treat poor people, the way we treat is horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. Horrible. We treat animals better, which is just crazy to me. Which animals are fabulous, right? They should be treated. But humans should be too. Okay? Living humans should be too. Okay? So let me see what else is here. Okay, so I said, yes, Susan, that's a good idea. She is, so Veronica has family in Spain. I'd like to visit them, but not yet. No. I'd like to look at a house there, for a house there. That would be great. That would be great. But not till, Spirit's showing me not till June 21. Okay? Veronica, June 21. Yes, Adrian. Yep. Diane, yes, cleansing today. Even saved myself and gave myself some break. Good for you, Diane. Self-care. Awesome. Awesome. Gratitude to that, my dear. Gratitude for that. Taking care of yourself is important. I tell you, gratitude is important. So, also Adrian says, you were on point about the schools opening and then closing down. Exactly. Yep. There was something else that Kundalini, yes, sit in nature and work from home. Lovely, exactly. So Ryan says, I'm turning down work, aligning with energy to allow and create, and a creative energy is moving fast. So Ryan, explain that for me, would you please? Because I'm stuck. I'm turning down work, meaning work, aligning with the energy of allowing with a, got it now. Yes, it is. It's moving fast. I'm telling you, if you have friends, family that are dense, not here, but dense in their beliefs, right? Dense in the 3D and not ascending, those of us who are ascending and allowing, creative energy itself is moving very fast into the fourth dimension. Say, the lockdown is meant to get the heavy 3Ders, right? To pay attention. Oops, I went away for a minute, I guess. I lost connection. Our internet is really kind of effed up in the past month, so we got to call the Comcast and find out what the hell that. Probably have to pay more money. Let me get that back, Spirit. Yes, everything is moving faster, especially for the ones who are paying attention, the ones who are conscious, right? And you're turning down work. What's amazing is I have been pulling back on mine. Spirit says, you're okay, just stop. Again, to have time to read the book, because I read out loud because I cannot comprehend if I read into my head. Guess why? Because, it just doesn't work for me. When I talk out loud, my receptors hear everything that I'm saying. Resonates with my heart, resonates with my gut chakra, which is my soul. And so I recognize things that I'm reading. Okay? Ryan, would this be attracting others in my energy field? In with 40 energy? Yeah. Would this be attracting others in my energy field? Yes. Yes, Ryan, yes. And you might get a few heavies in there too, Spirit says, that you're going to have to pick out and go, no, they're not ready. No, they're not there. No, they're not. Okay? Yeah, he says friends or family for all of us, right? But I'm directing this to Ryan because he asked the question. They may want to come. They may want to come with, okay? When they haven't done their work. See? Yeah, they haven't done their work. So another thing I got confirmation on today, and I don't want to make anybody afraid. But Spirit has been talking about for about 2 years about in readings and things like that about there being terrorist attacks in the United States in like 2021, 2022, and he said he would tell people, I don't know why we would have this conversation with people, but we did, that they will be American terrorists. Okay, they'll be American terrorists, and I got confirmation this week on who those are, and they're the white supremacists. And some people can be afraid. They're like, oh my gosh, it's not going to be. I know. Spirit says it's not going to be any nationality but Americans. The really heavy 3Ders. Okay. Those people who drive around with trucks with flags on their trucks and things like that. Okay, with guns. So they'll be the ones who set off bombs in major metropolitan areas. Detroit is not one of them. So we don't have to worry about that. It's interesting. Metro Detroit is pretty balanced right now and neutral, which has not been the case for a lot of its history. So we're in a blessed spot in Metro Detroit, so we don't have to, Spirit we don't have to worry about anything. But that is just something that I got confirmation on this week, that it's definitely those people. So if they are friends of yours, or if you are one who is watching this video, I would hope that you would begin to lighten the load. Okay? Good night, Veronica. Take care of yourself, okay? I'll see you next week. Okay? Good night. Okay, Adrian, I wonder if the attack will have anything to do with the change. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It'll be about the change of the administration, of the new president who is elected in November. Okay, and the uproar that will happen after that. Okay, so again, during lockdown, so it's not a good thing, right? Right? But vote early, you guys. Get your absentee ballot and get that thing in the mail. Okay? It's all about being counted. And there's enough dark forces trying to stop you from voting. Okay? It's a lot of dark energy that is there from the third dimension, heavy power. Get them in. Get them in, get them in. Right? If there's early voting in your state, go and early vote, right? Got to go to a polling place, go do it. Yes, Adrian, there will. If you can absentee ballot or mail-in ballot, ask for one, but get it in now. I sent my water bill in August the 3rd, and they got it the 17th, and it had to go 18 miles. They charged me a late fee because it didn't get there on time. Yep, not gonna make that mistake anymore. I'll be paying all my bills online, and I'll pay the extra $5 to use my charge card or my debit card. Right? Right? See? So that's another way of them suppressing the vote. So we've got an intense next six months. But again, if you're talking out loud, there's nothing to be afraid of, okay? Everybody's going to be fine. Take care of yourself. Wear your freaking mask. Wash your hands. Get hand sanitizer in your car so that when you leave someplace, you hand sanitize your hands. People who don't, I know more and more people that do not have it in their cars. And I'm like, I wash my hands when I get home. Are you freaking kidding? You could touch your eye, you could touch your nose, you could anything at all. It could be on your hands. See? Unless you have your mask on all the way to your house, which a lot of people don't do. Some do. If you do, bravo. If you don't, hand sanitizer, guys. It's everywhere, you know, and it works. If it's sick, I think there's some that is like, if 70% is the best, 80% is even better of alcohol. I think there's some that 66%, I think that's what we've got. And instead of doing 3 squirts, we do 5. And it just wrap around our hands and wrap around our hands, wrap around our hands. See? It's all about taking care of ourselves. All about being diligent, talking out loud. When we are afraid, do not keep that inside. Do not keep that inside of you, right? Don't. It doesn't work. Giving ego that power does not work. Okay? So, I got my Labor Day shirt on, okay? And it is almost 4 o'clock, so I'm going to get going. So have a good Labor Day, guys. I'll see you next Thursday at 3 for Coaching for the Soul, unless something dramatically changes. If it does, and I may not have time, but right now he's telling me that I will. My ears are really ringing right at the moment, so that's kind of interesting. So if you need anything, guys, let me know. Take care of yourselves. I do have to say something that I think I've said this a couple of times. If you want my help, I will gladly help you, but it will not be automatic. Okay? People have been asking me questions, and they're getting upset because I'm not answering them like that. That's not what the questions are all about. Questions are last, okay? And maybe 24 hours. It's not going to be instantaneous. It's not, okay? I hope everybody understands that it's not the way it works. If I work a full day and I get questions, I mean, some people are sending me questions at like 11:30 at night and want me to answer them right then. No, I'm in bed, or I'm getting ready to go to bed. And Spirit is closed down for the day, right? So be reasonable, guys. Keep your head on straight. You know, care for each other. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Look in that mirror and say, God dang, you're great, right? Right? So I'll see everybody next Thursday for Coaching with the Soul at 3. Namaste, everybody. Take care. Have a happy Labor Day. See you.